good morning. I shouldn't do that. It's not doing my voice any good. Good morning to one and all. Good day to one and all. Depends when you're watching this. Right, so the footage coming up, I want to just go into it quick. This is just going to be a quick little talk, quick before the video itself comes on. So I mentioned the other day in a video that I actually have, I think it's only four little old cooking videos. They're from about a year and a half ago, I think. And they're only small little videos. And there's a purpose to why I'd actually filmed them back in the day. And I never got round to putting them on. And I'll go into that now. So about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, it was June lockdown, I decided I'm going to do a cookbook. Like literally for many years, I've always thought and felt in my heart that I would love to do a cookbook. And I've always been told by people, my family members and stuff, oh, you should have your own cookbook and stuff like that. And then when I got into the YouTube, I'd heard the same comments, oh, you should do a cookbook, stuff like that. So it inspired me. So I actually did sit down and I've actually done all the computer work for my cookbook. Well, it's not quite finished off, and this was a year and a half ago I did all this. It took me a long time, obviously, you know, designing your book, designing your pages, writing all your recipes down, and I never ever got around to finishing it. I think in the end it was just that time during COVID, maybe like depression got to me and I just sort of give up on it, and I needed help. I got to a stage where I needed help and I didn't get the help. So this is where the videos are coming into it. Dan always said to me back in the day, well, if you're going to do the book, do a video per recipe kind of thing, you know. So this is where then I only did the four little quick recipes and made 4 little videos. And the book was actually going to be called, it was something like, I can't remember what it was called now, Quick Easy Meals for a Motorhome and No Scales Needed. That's my book title. I've got it on here actually. It's No Scales Needed or something. Motorhome cooking. Easy. But the whole point in this whole book and recipe book is that all the meals were supposed to be dead easy. Just little ideas as well, to give people little ideas as well, because along my journey of living in the motorhome, I've actually come across a lot of people who don't like cooking in the van. So I thought, well, come up with some easy meals where you feel like you're cooking, but you're not really cooking, you know, you're not really going out for the weekend, you're on your holidays and you feel like you're stuck in the kitchen cooking. Although some recipes are easier than others, and it's depending on what level of cooking you want to do in the van. So this is where it's all come down to. I've actually got a book in the pipeline ready to do. It's just a matter of finishing it off. So let me know in the comments if I should pull myself together and ask Dan to help me to finish this. I think what it all came down to in the end was literally just the cover. I found it really difficult in working the computer. That's all it was. I had the ideas in actually just designing the cover and stuff. So that's where these little videos have come from. So these are only short little videos, quick, easy little recipes. There's pastries and afters, and actually a beef stew. So if you'd like to continue watching, I would really appreciate that, and let me know on your thoughts about a Mazzy cookbook coming out. Right, I must add at this point, because I almost forgot, so this is actually referring also to these 4 videos, also to an idea I had for the channel as well. Maybe quick easy meals, motorhome cooking, and no scales needed kind of thing. Sorry about that, that's the air freshener going off. Yeah, so just to squeeze in maybe every now and again a little cooking segment with me cooking. What was it called again? It was called No Scales Needed in the Motorhome, something like that. I've got it written down. I can't remember. It's 2 years ago I'd written this book. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Anyway, enjoy the next 4 videos. By the way, it's going to have like intro and outro on each video, so don't panic, don't think, oh, this is all over. There'll be another one and another one. There's 4 in a row, just 4 little small ones. Thank you for your support. See you again on the next video. Welcome to another episode of Easy Motorhome Meals and No Scales Needed. So today we got a simple one today, a chili pasty. And what you're going to need for this, easy recipes, ready rolled puff pastry. Of course you can make your own, but now you're making things hard. I highly recommend the Stag Chili Dynamite, but also you can opt for Stag Chili Classic or any can of chili con carne. Right, so the first process will be to start unrolling your puff pastry. This is going to make 2 to 3 chili pasties depending on size that you're going to be cutting. You can get more or you can get less. But if you're going to go with 3, they are going to be big pasties. Right, let's turn the camera down and see exactly how I'm doing this. So that's the size of your sheet of puff pastry. Now you need to cut this into rectangles. So that's your first rectangle. So I'm going to go with 3. Like I said, these do make big chili pasties. Open your can of chili. I'm opting for the Dynamite one today. Okay, so you're going to need to, if you make 4, 6, 5, it doesn't matter, but spread your chili evenly between each rectangle. Only at one end, like that, making sure you do not go to the edges. Okay, so there's your chili pasties almost ready. We've got a baking tray here lined with parchment paper. Now your next step is to then fold this over like so. And to crimple down each of the edges with a fork. And of course you're not going to have to do that one. And what you do then is just prick a few holes on the top to let the steam out. There we go, and repeat. And how easy is that? Pop into the oven, gas mark 6 for about 20 minutes. These are going to make big pasties. You can obviously make smaller depending on your appetite. Let's pop these into the oven. And there we have it. They're ready. Don't they look lovely? The smell coming off these is so delicious as well. Let's cut these open and show you. Like I said, these are huge. You could go smaller. I'm used to just doing these sizes. Right, let's cut this open and give it a look. And there you have it. A hot chili pasty. I hope you enjoyed that episode today, and I hope you'll be joining me for the next. See you again soon. Bye bye. Well, you didn't think I was going to say goodbye without trying it now, did you? Here we go. rolls with no scales needed. So what's on the menu today? Today is a special one. We have got going on here a winter stew and dumplings. Now this is going to warm your heart up. Right, so let's run through the ingredients. To start with, we have fresh parsley. We have onions. I've opted for shallots today because they're a lot sweeter. I do like those. And we've got some mushrooms. You're going to need some stock, beef stock. Today I'm going to be using 2 boxes. One will do, but I've got a big pot now, which I'm about to show you. So I'm going to use 2 of those. You're going to need a little drop of red wine. You're going to need some carrots, which I've actually pre-boiled those for about 10 minutes because they're so big. I want to make sure they're definitely going to be soft in my stew. And the main ingredients is your beef. Now I do like to opt for this now, beef rump steak. So I've got 2 of those. Let's crack on. And this is the new dish. It's a lovely size casserole dish. I can cook it on the hob and put it straight into the oven. This is the first time I'm going to be using this, so I'm looking forward to this. Right, let me put the lid over here for a minute. First thing you're going to need is a tiny drop of oil. Let's get that warming up while we prepare our beef. So there's the steak. Usually now if you get a lot of fat around the edges, I personally would cut them off. Now what you're going to want to do is cut them into bite-sized chunky pieces straight into the pot. And I do like to cook with steak. I do think this makes it so tender and lovely and a lot of flavour. Got to sear the beef on high heat. You're only browning it, you're not cooking it. At this stage now you're going to chuck in 2 handfuls of flour. Oh. And cook the flour off for about 2 minutes, 2 more minutes. And at this stage you're going to want to add your stock. I've opted for canoe beef stock. So I'm actually going to put 2 of these in because I do like mine rich in flavour. And fill with hot water. I'm also going to add my pre-parboiled carrots. My mushrooms, and with the onions I am actually going to just roughly chop those. I like chunky onion. I've just made a mug of gravy. Now I add gravy because it gives it more deep of a flavour and it kind of thickens it up a bit. So a good handful of flat leaf parsley. Add the gravy. It gives it a nice rich colour as well. Let's give that a stir. It's actually starting to smell really good now. I suppose at this point you can add potatoes, but we're just going to be having crusty bread with this today. And also we're going to have the dumplings on top. Now with the rest of this, I probably will just chuck, or shall I chuck it all in? No. Lid on. That's going to go into a baking tray. Let's turn that hob off. That's going to go into a baking tray in the oven for an hour and a half for now. While your stew is cooking in the oven, don't just sit around, let's make our dumplings. So I do have 2 packet mixes in there. Add some cold water. You don't want too much, and just keep stirring slowly until it all combines. Add more cold water. It's coming to the stage now where it's coming all together. So what I'm going to do is get my hands in. You're going to have to get your hands dirty. And at this stage it now is coming all together lovely. So I've got a big ball of dough. Now I did have to add just a little bit of flour because I do think I put a bit too much water in. But it's fine. It's versatile. Right, now make your balls. So I have been dusting those off with flour so they don't stick. And out of the 2 boxes, I have 6 very good size ones. Obviously, you can go smaller. So for the time being, I'm just going to leave this on the side until the stew has had 1 hour and a half in the oven. And it's been an hour and a half. That was quick, wasn't it? Well, it was for you. Right. So at this point, after an hour and a half, oh, that's looking lovely. Needs a good stir, mind. After an hour and a half, you need to now add your dumplings. And pop it back then in the oven for the last half an hour. It do smell good. Right, back into the oven. Without the lid. And there we have it, all dished up. We have fresh hot crusty rolls baked in the oven. And there's the main dish, topped with a little sprinkling of parsley, and got some chunky bread, crusty bread to dip into it. So here goes the big taste test. Wow, that meat is so tender. Absolutely unbelievable. Let's give it another go. Let's try a bit of dumpling. Absolutely light and fluffy. So I do hope you enjoyed that winter dish today, stew and dumplings, and we'll see you again for another one. Bye bye, take care. Welcome to a new episode of Easy Meals in the Motorhome with no scales needed. So today is another easy recipe, quick snack. It's a cheese and bacon turnover. For this you're going to need puff pastry, ready rolled of course, sliced cheese, or just cheese, and a bacon. Now this can make probably up to about 4 cheese turnovers, 4 cheese and bacon turnovers. So depending on how many you're intentionally wanting to make, depends on the bacon. You're going to need 2 bacons per pasty. Right, so the first step is to lightly fry the bacon. You're not going to be fully cooking this, just making sure it's lightly fried. Let's get the frying pan on. Add just a tiny bit of knob of butter. So for this, I'm going to probably make 3. So I'm going to be going with 6 slices of bacon. If I can fit them into my frying pan, of course. Is so small, I'm going to have to do it in 2 batches, but in the meantime I'm going to be getting my pastry ready. On this occasion I am just going to be making 3, so what you do need to do is cut 3 squares, or a square per pasty. I'm going to go quite large. Hopefully you can see that. And it looks like my last one is actually going to be a small one, but that's fine. Next step is to line a tray or a tin with some parchment paper. You might find that it will get stuck. Okay, so it looks like the bacon is done, just lightly done. So heat off on that. First step is to place some cheese in a diagonal across each of your squares. Next step, what you're going to be doing is adding a piece of bacon. Grab the 2 corners that hasn't got anything there and pinch those together. So there you go, there's your first one, and to place into your bacon tray ready to cook. I have another one made. I've just got the last one to make, as I did have to do the bacon in 2 batches. Right, so again, pinch over the sides, get it as close as you can. Pop this onto a baking tray and into the oven. Gas mark 6 for about 20 minutes. And there we have it, your cheese and bacon turnovers. Like I said, 20 minutes in the oven. Look how yummy that is. So I suppose I've got to give it a try, haven't I? Wow, the cheese flavour from that is good. And the bacon is just perfect, and the pastry is fluffy. So I hope you enjoyed
today's easy little meals. I hope you give this a go because your family is going to love this. I've got to stop eating this. Till the next time, see you soon. Easy motorhome cooking without scales. So what have we got for you today? We have got a treat, not only for you but your kids are gonna love this if you have kids. So today's ingredients is cornflakes, seedless jam, I've gone for strawberry, go for raspberry, golden syrup and unsalted butter. Easy, isn't it? 4 ingredients this. Let's make a start. So the first thing we've got to do is get 4 tablespoons of butter and put it into my saucepan. Now I've forgotten to take this out the fridge, so I'm going to have to try and guess basically. Cut it off and measure it on my spoon. So 4 tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to say that's 1. Let's do that again. 3 more times. 4. Right, also now you're going to need 6 tablespoons of golden syrup. Now I've got the squeezy one because I do think this is going to be easier than in a jar. They do get sticky and messy, don't they? So I think I'm going to have to open this. Am I? Oh no. Right, 6 tablespoons of golden syrup. Now you know my kind of cooking. You don't have to be precise. Okay, so that's 6 tablespoons of golden syrup. There we go. So what we're going to do is gently melt that on a very low heat on the hob. Actually, I've just thought there's 5 ingredients. So this is your 5th ingredient, a ready-made sweet pastry case. It's the main ingredient, I forgot. Now I was carrying this home like a baby, like it was my baby from shopping, because I didn't want this to break. This is going to be an easy dessert. Cornflake tart, of course, if you haven't got it yet. Okay, so while that's trying to melt down a little bit, your next step is to spread a good layer of jam onto there. So I've used just under half a jar for that. Just a nice cheap one, does the job. And I put that aside for now. And that's melted down just perfect. So I'm going to take that off the heat now. Now your next step is to add enough cornflakes into this mixture. Big tip, which I haven't done, I forgot. Before you put the jam in, fill it up with cornflakes first, and then you'll know exactly how many cornflakes you need into there. But I'm probably just going to add what I think, and if I've got any leftovers, I can put them into bun cases or something. Okay, I've had a slight little accident. Well, it's fine. Right, this is ready now to go into my dish. And press down so you don't have loose ones. This now goes into the oven, gas mark 4 for about 30 minutes. Do check on it though, you don't really want this burnt. You're cooking it basically. So let's pop that into the oven. Easy peasy treat, isn't it? Meanwhile, I'm going to be saving that for later. I should try. Ta-da! Your cornflake tart is done, or my cornflake tart. It's not yours until you make one. So what I did do when it come out the oven, I have let this rest to cool. Otherwise it's just going to fall to bits. Right, well let's give this little treat a go. I've been so looking forward to this. It looks good. Okay, that's so tasty. It reminds me of a school dinner afters we used to have. I've got a thing for school dinner afters. Well, I hope you enjoyed that today for a little quick dessert. A sweet treat for all your loved ones. See you again soon for another dish.